society. If ever he saw a charming face, we would often share a knowing look. He was always falling in love, usually with his piano students, but generally the passion did not last long, and of course often they were already spoken for. But that didn't stop him hoping. Finding a wife, the perfect wife, was very important to him.
O beloved Josefina, it is no desire for the opposite sex that draws me to you. No, it's just you. Your whole self with all your individual qualities. This has bound all my feelings, all my emotional power to you.
One of the piano students Beethoven fell in love with was Countess Josefina Dem, a widow and mother of 4.
My parents arranged my betrothal to Count Dem. He died just before I had my 4th child. Beethoven often used to come to our house. And after I was on my own, we became very close. I can't deny it. I loved being with him. His music was so powerful. It could cheer me up or make me cry. And he was a kind man and good with my children. But as to anything more permanent, that was different. It's beautiful, Ludwig.
Have you had a chance to think about my proposal? Do you not enjoy my company?
You know I do.
Do you not enjoy our lessons?
Yes, of course. And I have the greatest respect and admiration for you.
I see. Respect. Admiration. But not love.
Yes. No. But I have my position, my children to think of. How we'd live. These things cost money.
Oh, I understand that. I do. Me, a mere musician. A musician who's going deaf.
Countess Dem's refusal to marry dealt a crushing blow to Beethoven's hopes of finding love and marriage. Not only was his increasing deafness isolating him, but his uncertain financial status was also becoming an impediment to finding happiness.
At the time of his great disappointment with Josefina Dem, his brother Karl seemed to find real happiness in love. But Beethoven could never accept Karl's choice. And he did like to see himself the arbiter in all questions of morality.
Brother? Ludwig.
So, it's true then?
Yes. We are to be married.
Well, with all your distractions, I shall need to find someone else to look after my affairs.
No, I can still work. Johanna is expecting our first child, so I need...
Out of wedlock. A splendid work, brother. That's just splendid and true to form. And as for you, lady, I know you. And so does all Vienna.
Oh, yes, that's right. Nothing is ever good enough for the high and mighty Beethoven. Or is it that you can't bear to see somebody else being happy?
Get out.
I knew him to be an unpredictable man. It is said men with great gifts have little time for pleasantries, but what had I done to deserve such harshness? And treating Karl, his brother, like an enemy? Perhaps I was not as fine a lady as the great composer was used to sharing company with. He made my head spin with his insinuations.
Beethoven was intolerant of those who didn't live up to his own high moral standards, unable to reconcile real people, real desires, with his own idealized vision of women.
Quite a beauty, isn't she?
Misunderstood and frustrated, Beethoven consistently felt isolated from those around him. At exactly this time, there's a typical example of how, consciously or subconsciously, the tensions in his life found expression and release in his music. He was writing a new piano sonata, which became known as the Appassionata. Its title tells you everything. This is music of violent rage, tragedy, and despair. This sonata finds Beethoven in the depths of human suffering. The passion and turmoil caused by his failed love affair with Josefina and his ambivalent feelings towards his brother's happiness are woven into the very fabric of this music, which starts darkly at the lower register of the keyboard. Now, like in so much Beethoven, this theme is built around a broken chord. This is a chord. Here it is, broken. Then, after this darkness, you get a moment of poignant respite, an acknowledgement, perhaps, of his inexorable spirit. He's bruised, but he's not beaten. From there, he cranks it up a notch, up a semitone, raising the tension. Now he explores that fragment. Recognize that? The Fifth Symphony motif, which crops up again and again throughout Beethoven's compositions. Darkness, misery, introspection, but determination. Beethoven's saying with this piece, I'm still here. This is my inner core, and I'm not ashamed to show it to you. And the tension between this despair and his innate musical strength light a touch paper so that the piece suddenly explodes. The mood he creates of sheer desperation and determination is imprinted on every bar of this first movement.